Hello everyone, this is Nazi Cat Games, and welcome back to Sweet Fuse at your side. We left off and we're starting stage 2. We finished the first stage. All this crazy stuff is happening. Let's see what happens next. I was still deep asleep when a piglet woke me up that morning with a knock on the door. It had brought me breakfast, which I ate quickly before changing and heading out. Morning! Shido, Shirabe, Urabe, and Mitarashi were all already waiting in the lobby.
Yo.
They all looked up and waved or nodded as I walked in.
よく眠れましたか?
Yeah, thanks for asking.
それはよかった。ひどくお疲れのようでしたので心配していました。
Urabe gave me a quick, gentle smile as Shirabe began to talk.
この船が川辺に接岸するのは11時30分らしい。
どうやって調べた？
いや、そこの黒子に聞いた。
You... what?
ああ。一言も喋りはしないんだが、ジェスチャーで返事は返してくる。まったくおかしな連中だ。
I wanted to ask what sort of gestures they'd used to communicate time, but I got the feeling there were more pressing things to deal with. As Shirabe finished, Wakasa and Meyoshi walked in.
揃ったところで念のため携帯の連絡先を交換しておこう。確かテーマパーク内での連絡は禁止されていなかったはずだ。
ああ？んでだよ、めんどくせえ。
念のためだ。何が起こるかわからないからな。
ち、どの道一緒にいるってのに心配性なこった。
He rolled his eyes but pulled out his phone anyway and started sending his contact info to each of us in turn. Looks like he uses that phone a lot. Well, someone like him would have to, huh? I, on the other hand, had never been good at using my phone. Trying to share contact information was always awkward and confusing. I wonder how his arrow wound is doing. Oh my gosh, I can't read, I'm sorry. I was still fumbling through screens on my phone when Wakasa trotted up, phone in hand.
僕の番号とメアド、事務所から気軽に教えるなって言われてるんだからね。
Right, sure, I'll be careful. He watched me try desperately to make my phone work for a few more minutes before sighing exasperatedly and grabbing it from me.
君、女子高生なんだよね。
Yeah, I'm just not good at this kind of stuff. He rolled his eyes, shot through menus so fast I couldn't even see them, and sent me his contact info.
ほら、ここのボタン長押ししたらこの画面になるから、あとはこのボタンを押して決定。
Thanks.
っていうか、ほんと君って変な子だよね。
I couldn't really argue the point, but it still wasn't a very nice thing to say. At any rate, his instructions turned out to be helpful. I collected everyone else's info without too much trouble and gave them all my own.
文明の利器というものはどうしてこのように扱いづらいのでしょうか。
Yeah. He let out a long sigh.
ま、こんなもんがあるせいで人間が自分の脳みそっていう便利なもんをフルに活かせなくなっているのは事実
It's
だ
got
な。
a point there.
便利なものは便利なんだし、使えばいいじゃん。難しいことは考えなくてもさ。
He's being sarcastic.
そもそも僕は人と番号やアドレスをあんまり交換しない。こんなに登録したの初めてだ。
Oh.
マジか。俺なんかもうメモリいっぱいで何件か削除したぜ。
See, I don't understand the struggle because I don't have a phone.
削除って困らないのか？
別にいいだろう。用があれば向こうからかけてくるだろうしよ。俺からは連絡しねえし。
I was right when I met them yesterday. These guys are pretty weird. But in a good way, right? One of the piglets led us off of the boat and into the central plaza.
相変わらず見てるとぶん殴りたくなる面してやがるぜ。
Mitarashi glared at the statue and cracked his knuckles. There he is! As he spoke, an image of Hogstein appeared on the monitor.
やれやれ。やっこさん朝からご機嫌だな。
自分は安全な場所に身を置いて一方的に俺たちに命を懸けさせて楽しんでいるんだ。ご機嫌にもなるだろう。
Hogstein sighed dramatically.
"わかるよ。ゲームである以上、攻略法は必ず存在する。解けない謎は用意されてないってことだ。そしてゲームを解いていけば必ず敵は倒せる。つまりラスボスであるあんたもね。
He really makes me mad. What an arrogant jerk.
なめないでほしいよね。
Just then, a chime echoed across the park. I still love the way the map moves. It's so cute. Hogstein directed us to something called the Racing Square, so we set off in that direction. We were part way there when Shirabe began to speak.
で、これから行くアトラクションは何だ？
確かアリスがどうたらとか言ったような。ってなんで俺に聞くんだよ。
アリスカートグランプリ。
ああ、それそれ。って俺は何も知らねえからな。
Tries really hard to hide it. Does he really think we don't notice? We all did the polite thing and ignored Mitarashi's bizarre outburst.
アリスカートグランプリ、通称アリスカート。不思議の国のアリスをモチーフにしたレースゲームだ。レース中に入手したアイテムでライバルへの妨害ができるパーティーゲームで、コアなゲーマー以外にも受けてブームになった。
He was right. Even I knew people who were into Alice Cart. Mitarashi's eyes had shone with excitement at every word Mayoshi had said.
へえ、カートレースなら得意だぜ。俺に任せろよ。
でもきっと普通のカートレースにはなってないんでしょ。昨日のゲームと一緒でさ。
His face grew pale and he trailed off, but at least it didn't look like Wakasa was going to refuse to enter the attraction again. I'm scared too, but I've got to do my best, especially now that Shido's gotten Hogstein to agree to release the hostages. With that, he was gone. Tea party.
やはりレースだけでは済みそうにないな。
ああ、初めから織り込み済みとはいえ油断はするなよ。
After a short walk, the attraction opened up onto the racetrack. Mayoshi hadn't been kidding when he'd said it was Alice in Wonderland themed, There were decorations everywhere. It was pretty impressive. None of this stuff feels like it really goes with a racetrack.
なんかちょっと違和感あるかも。
それがすごく受けたんだ。アリスの世界と。
No accounting for taste, I guess. Before we could continue, the announcer started up.
ようこそ不思議の国サーキットへ。さあみんな、2人1組でペアを作りカートへ乗り込もう。
カートはあれか。エンジンで走るレーシングカートとは本格的だな。
ああ、8台あるがすでに4台には黒子のやつらが乗り込んでいるようだな。
面白い。こいつらみんなライバルってわけか。いいじゃねえか。ぶっちぎってやるぜ。
He seemed pretty excited to get started and kept reminding us how good he was at kart racing.
レースは3周勝負。全員クラッシュするか、黒子が優勝したらクリア失敗になっちゃうので気をつけよ
It sounds pretty normal, but why do I have a feeling it won't be?
まあ昨日のアトラクションの様子からしてそれは考えにくいだろう。
Yeah.
とにかく組み分けをしよう。とはいえ我々は奇数だ。一人になってしまう者がいるが。
ああ、そんじゃ俺が一人になるわ。なるべく軽い方がスピードが出るからな。
いや、たとえそれでお前が優勝したとしてもお茶会への参加がお前一人になってしまう。本番の謎解きが仕掛けられているだろうお茶会には二人で参加するべきだ。
We all agreed that Shido was right, so someone would have to pair up with Mitarashi. So, who's going to go by themselves then? I'm really pretty terrible at kart racing. Maybe I should be the single driver. But what if I screw that up and get in somebody's way? I was still pondering it when Urabe spoke up.
私が一人で乗りましょう。私は酔いやすいのでスピードの出る乗り物は苦手なんです。二人で乗って足を引っ張るくらいなら最初から優勝争いに絡まないと決まっていた方が心穏やかです。
よし、それでは一人で参加するのは浦部君丸で決まりだな。
とあとは組み分けか。ここはオーソドックスにじゃんけんで決めるか。
We nodded and held out our hands.
同じのを出したやつと組む。それでいいな。
おうよ。
That's one way to do it.
じゃあ行くよ。じゃんけん。
What should I go with? Oh god. I think I'm gonna go with Rock. Oh,
俺とお前の二人がペアで、あとは目押浩太と調べ歩む、若狭とあとみたらし流星だな。
what are the odds they all managed to do that very cleanly? Like, what if 3 people chose Rock? Would they just keep doing it till only 2 people had 2 of everything?
よろしく頼むぞ。
Right, I will. Although in my case that probably means I'll be doing my best not to get in the way. That's true, I suck at racing games in real life. I'm fairly good at Mario Kart depending on who I'm against. I climbed into my cart. Looks like there are 2 sets of controls, one for the wheel and one for the gas. I guess I've got the gas. Wait, Urabe won't be able to drive by himself. I looked over at him.
一人で問題なく運転できるようになっておりますので安心してください。
Oh, good. He gave me a small smile and I fell back into my seat, relieved. So I've got the gas pedal and what are these? There were several buttons set across the dashboard. Missile, caltrops, oil, boost. Are these what Mayoshi was talking about earlier? But none of them are lit up. I was still thinking about what they could be when Shido spoke up.
お前は俺の掛け声に合わせてアクセルを踏め。俺を信じていれば大丈夫だ。
Right, got it. I set my foot carefully on the gas pedal, but didn't press down. Shido started up the engine. It roared to life with unexpected vigor, and the sudden noise made me jump, but I glanced over at Shido and calmed myself down. He seems like a good guy. I think I can trust him. The engines on the other carts around us started up, the noise filling the air. A piglet holding a flag appeared at the edge of the track. It looked like he'd be giving the signal to go.
いいか、あのシグナルが青になったと同時にアクセルを思いっきり踏み込め。最初のコーナーまでは直線が続く。俺が合図をするまでは踏みっぱなしでいくぞ。
Right. I got myself ready.
もうそろそろだぞ。3、2、1、スタート。思いっきり踏み込め。
Here we go! Zoom zoom. The moment the light turned green, we were off. I pushed my foot down on the pedal as hard as I could, and the cart roared forward, shoving me into my seat. That initial burst of speed paid off, and with some skillful handling of the wheel, Shido closed in on the group in front of us.
よし、うまくいったな。上位に食い込めた。おい、稲船先。
Yes?
コーナーに差し掛かる。アクセルを踏む力を徐々に落として半分に。このまま突っ込むとコーナーを曲がりきれないぞ。
Right, halfway. I did as he said and felt the cart begin to slow as we turned the corner. As we did, we managed to pass a piglet cart that had been just ahead of us.
よし、再びコーナーが来るぞ。さっきと同じようにコーナーを抜けたら思いっきりアクセルを踏み込め。
Got it! We glided around the corner, and as soon as we were out of it, I stepped down on the pedal and our cart shot forward. Giving me directions doesn't seem to be distracting him at all. His grip on the wheel is sure, and every movement he makes is precise and calculated. He was so confident that I didn't feel scared at all, even though we were going really fast. I was a little surprised. Wow, you're really good at this.
アウトインアウトさえ丁寧に守っていれば嫌でも速く走れる。
He was right. We completed our first lap in the lead.
このままゴールまで行くぞ。
I was already thinking about what kind of tea I'd have when suddenly... Ah!
なんだ。
Something slammed into our cart from behind, and I turned to see a pair of piglets shoot past. What the heck? They were waving at us. Shido jerked the wheel hard to the side, barely managing to keep us on course.
なんだ今のは。軽く体当たりされたという感じの衝撃じゃなかったぞ。
It felt like something ran into us. There was no time to think though. While I was busy focusing on working the gas pedal, Mitarashi and Wakasa flew past us. As they did, their cart ran over one of the question marks on the course, and... What was that sound?
どうやら今のマークに何か意味が隠されているようだな。
Yeah, oh look, there's another one.
よし。
With an expert twist, Shido sent our cart gliding over one of the question marks. Oh look, one of the lights here on the dashboard lit up. Specifically, the light next to the button marked boost had turned on.
なるほどな。さっきのはおそらくこのボタンのミサイルだったんだろう。俺たちは最短距離を走っていたがゆえに地面に書かれたマークの存在に気づかず素通りしてしまっていたんだ。
So they are buttons for items, just like I guessed. Mayoshi had said earlier that Alice Kart was a game that allowed you to mess with the other drivers on the track. Before I could try and remember more, I realized we were almost finished with our second lap. Let's try using this button.
ああ、俺も今それを言おうと思っていた。ブーストということはおそらく加速するに違いない。
I shoved my finger down on the button. Whoa!
振り落とされるなよ。
With a sound like an explosion, our cart shot forward at a tremendous speed. I dug my fingers into the sides of my seat and gritted my teeth. Alright, well, I'm going to stop this video here. Thank you guys so much for watching it. I hope you're enjoying it so far. It's getting kind of interesting. We're in the second attraction already. But yeah, I hope you stick with it, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!